Good morning, beautiful humans. It's a lovely Tuesday morning, and today I am on my way to Eswatini or Swaziland, and I'm going to be there for the entire week, so back on Friday. And we're going to have a almost 2-day long conversation on intellectual property in Africa. So all of the heads of intellectual property in various African states are going to be gathered around the conversation of how do we future focus intellectual property across Africa. So looking forward to an exciting conversation. Come with me and let's do this.
Got some unlearning to do? Hi there, I'm Zanele Njapa, known to my clients as the UnLearning Lady, a past primary school teacher and now the world's leading voice on using key unlearning principles to self-disrupt, get unstuck, and transition successfully.
Something to eat now. Feeling a little bit hungry. My finger's falling. Okay, we're good now. I'm gonna get something to eat. I'm actually feeling a little bit peckish. I had fruit this morning when I came back from my bike ride. So we're just gonna have something now because we're a bit early, so might as well. Sit here at the back. I'm one of those people that likes to sit at the back every time, so I'm gonna be here at the back, gonna have like a coffee and something small, even if it's like an omelette, and then we should be good for the day. Cool, let's do this. So I had breakfast. It was really good. Nice and like tiny. I didn't want something that was going to be overwhelming. So I'm glad that it was small, punchy, right to where it needed to go. Which is the great part. So now I'm having my vanilla latte. I think that's the vanilla one. I think so. And just going to look over a few things. And then we're gonna fly out. I'm actually about an hour before boarding time for my flight. So I'm gonna use about 30 minutes of that to just tweak a few things on my deck. And then, so I'm only on, not tomorrow, not the next day, the day after tomorrow is when my keynote is, but I really love that the client has booked me a flight and accommodation to come in before. so I can prep myself. And I mean, I've never been to Swaziland, so it's gonna be awesome. I get to spend like a little bit of time there, get to experience the country, and then maybe walk around, meet some new people. Okay, scratch meeting new people, because if you watched, which video was it? I forgot. You know what happens to the intention of meeting new people. So anyway, let's scratch that. And if I do, I know I definitely will, because I'll meet new people at the conference. I'll be spending like both days at the conference, so I'll be meeting those people there. But I think, yeah, the intention of going out and meeting new people, like cool non-conference people, is so slim. So the people I'll be meeting will be very much conference people who are taking themselves very seriously in this life. And some maybe not, maybe some a lot more like me. But anyway, so those are the types of people that I'll be meeting. I'm gonna have my coffee now, and then let me just put this up here so you guys can see me. Let's fix this. I never really know how to get this right. It's just always looking, I don't know, weird. I never really know what to do here, guys. But anyway, that's fine. So I'm gonna have my cough. And then that's me. Then I'm gonna go board. I'll take you guys with me when I board, see that journey. But I think I've got a 3-hour gap between my flight, between landing in Joburg and going to Mandini. And yeah, I think that 3 hours we're gonna use it to just read. I don't want to do anything intense today. Yeah, I'm just having one of those days where I'm just like, I don't have time for any nonsense, any weirdness. I'm just trying to be, trying to be stressed, guys. I'm not trying to be stressed by anything. Trying to take it easy. Okay, cool. So let me do this, and then I will see you guys just now when it's time to board to Johannesburg. In Joburg, just walking to get something. I'm not going to reveal exactly what it is, but there's something I want to get that I forgot at home. So I'm just going to try and grab that really quickly. And then, so I think the 4 hours gap between my flights. Oh, sweet. I have a thing about kids. Oh, I just do. I can't help it. Anyway, so I want to try grab that thing. I'm going to look for the disc game. It might actually be downstairs, so let me just really quickly make my way through here and see if we can make it there just now. Okay, so I was about to go board, and I was told I had to finish my smoothie. So this is a mango, passion fruit, spinach, kale smoothie, and of course I can't board with it in my bag, so I'm sitting here on the side finishing it off 3 or so hours before my flight. The intention was not to drink it like this, as I'm sure you can imagine. It's so good, it's so delicious, and I was looking to savor it. And it's the big one. Usually I'll buy the smaller one, just because it's like small enough for me and my small tummy, but I'm having to gulp the big one. So let's see how far I get in the time that I have, but I'll take it nice and slow. I'm actually a slow eater. Those of you who know me probably know that, but I'm a really slow eater, so I'm gonna just try my best to calm down and make this happen for myself. But otherwise, super comfortable, super relaxed, just outside the boarding gate, drinking a smoothie. I'm that girl. Yeah, I'll see you guys just now.
Finished, yes, I just finished now. See the guys laughing at me because I've just finished. I couldn't go through because I still had some of my amazing smoothie. So this is a mango, passion fruit, spinach and kale, my absolute favorite from Woolies. So I was just finishing this, but as I was sitting here outside the boarding gate, I saw an older man. He was sitting with, well, he was saying goodbye to his, what looked like his granddaughter, and he hugged her. I get really emotional over this stuff, but he hugged her and I could overhear, I wasn't eavesdropping, but I could overhear. He said to her, remember, just be yourself. Just be yourself. And it just made me so emotional because I was thinking that in a world where we're trying to recreate our own identities and relearn and unlearn what society has told us we have to be over time, it's so important that the people who come before us, our elders, our teachers, our mentors, our sponsors, give us space and hold space for us to be ourselves and then remind us to do that. So for me, when the granddad said, just be yourself, it was so affirming that that young lady, you can hear now my voice is getting a bit croaky, but that young lady is going to grow up with permission to be herself. Because I think so often, yes, we shouldn't need permission, but I think in a world that's telling us that we should be something else, it's so important for people we love to give us permission to be us. And for me, it was so beautiful because he kissed her and he said, just be yourself. Be yourself. And I don't think there's better advice than that. And just giving people permission to just be who they are. So beautiful. So beautiful. So anyway, that was my 2 minutes. I've just finished my smoothie, so now I'm actually going to go through and bored. But otherwise, that was just my 2 cents. In a world where we're all learning to unlearn what society has told us we have to be, best advice you can give someone, be yourself. It's okay to be yourself. I'm going to hold space for you. I'm going to be here for whatever your self looks like. You can be that here. And I think that's so beautiful. So wherever you are right now, whatever you're going through, I would love to hold space for you to just be yourself and give you permission to do that. And if you're on a journey of unlearning, come and join us in the career review checklist. Where we're all just being ourselves and finding out what that means in terms of our careers and our career goals every single quarter. Okay, I love you guys lots. Wishing you your personalized version of absolute success. Mwah! I'm on the other side officially. Need to pee so bad. So bad. So I'm gonna go through that now really quickly.
That's correct, yes. Checked in. No. Sorry. Okay, checked in. And yeah, and I love this place. It's cute. It's really, really cute. So checked into my room in here, but I'm feeling a bit hungry. Not like bad, but like just I'm gonna go grab some dinner and then come back and yeah, and get ready for day one of the conference. I'm not speaking tomorrow, so I'm not speaking on day one, I'm speaking on day 2. So at least it gives me an opportunity to get a feel for just everything and everyone. And then when I speak on day 2, I've got like all of this beautiful insight around the themes that are coming up, who's in the room, all those types of things. So it'll be really good for that purpose. So I'm gonna dash out for dinner. I'm gonna take you guys with me, just so we can see what we get. Oh my goodness, look at me and what I look like. Oh man. But still cute. Anyway, okay, cool. So let's go for dinner and then we will come back and settle in, maybe do just 1 or 2 little things in prep for tomorrow and the day I do I deliver my keynotes. But I met a few individuals from the group from a range of different countries, so heads of IP organizations from different countries, and so far it's looking really good. Some really fantastic human beings that are here. I know we've got representation from Zim, from Malaysia so far, I know we've got representation even from, just trying to think where, from Geneva. So just, it's going to be a good mix of conversation, of contexts that's coming together to have this conversation this week. So everyone's actually leaving on Saturday. Most people are leaving on Saturday. When I told everyone I was leaving on Friday, they're like, oh, why are you leaving on Friday? I'm leaving on Friday. It's probably because I have to be back in Joburg on Monday. I have to be back home and then back in Joburg again on Monday because I'm doing something else on that side of the planet on that day. But anyway, it's okay. We're gonna have a really good time. Friday is the day after I speak, so I'm not gonna be missing too much, but I'm spending a while here. This is a beautiful room. I would show you, but I feel like, I'm a bit of a private person. But it's cute. I love this place. It's my very first time in Swaziland. So just feeling the vibes, feeling the energy of the country. I always say, sorry, I switched it off that time. I didn't mean to. I always feel or believe that like countries and even just like everyone across the world has like, we have like a almost collective consciousness or energy, but the energy in Swaziland is very different to what we have in South Africa. There's just definitely a different quality here. The people are somewhat different and unique in their own way, so it's beautiful to be in another African state and just experience another flavor of Africa. I think that I always encourage, and definitely encourage myself as well as an African, to just explore Africa. So I think it was definitely one of my goals earlier in 2020 to do a lot more work with African clients across the continent, and just really get into doing work with my neighboring countries. So really good that's picking up, especially now in person. I mean, in 2020 and 2021, I did
work with a few amazing organizations in Africa and associations, but it was online mostly. So all online. But this time, I think 2022 is when, it's just like, yes, get in there, travel, get into Africa and explore and play and stuff. So yeah, I hope that these 2-3 days are going to be, it's only 4 days, not really 4 full days. So let's call it 3 days, because the 2 on either side are like half days. So you put them together and make 1 day. But these 3 days, I hope they're going to be filled with, some just beautiful learning, some growth. Actually, I have no doubts that they're going to be the case. I think I always encourage that wherever we are, whatever we do, allow experiences to transform and to change us. And so that's what I'm hoping is going to be the case this weekend. I want to allow these people, this space, this country, this experience, these conversations to change and transform me, shift my view, challenge me to see things differently, even though that's why I'm here, to challenge the group to think differently and to unlearn and relearn. But I really always try to allow myself, the gift and the freedom of just changing, see what else there is in a new experience that could potentially just shift me in a new direction. I think that that's how you always grow. You don't want to come out of an experience exactly the same person you were going into it. Then that experience has had it's actually impossible, I believe, to go into an experience and come out the same. But you want to be intentional about how you come out of that experience, but also coming into the experience, you want to be intentional because you want to say to yourself, I want to take advantage of everything. I want to soak up, I want to learn, I want to experience, I want to delve into the experience and almost be one with it, so that that experience takes me just a little bit deeper into who I am and who I'm made to be, and I can make a greater impact and be more involved through that experience and what it teaches me and who I become. I always say that life is it's not about what you have, it's about who you become. And yeah, this is just me being a bit deep. See, now I'm doing that thing where I'm being deep. Okay, so we're gonna stop now. I'm gonna go dinner. Then when I come back, we're gonna freshen up and call it a night, because traveling does tend to drain me of my energy, and I'm already feeling quite drained today as it is. So let's go have some dinner, put back some of that fuel, and then we'll come back and freshen up, and then maybe do a little bit of reading. We'll see what I have energy for when I come. Can I just be like, nope, screw it all, I'm gonna sleep. So let's see what happens. Okay guys, I'll see you on the other side at the restaurant, which apparently is just across from me. This place is huge, but when the cart dropped me off, the amazing chaperone was like, wow, you're right next to the restaurant. And I was like, oh, lucky me. Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna hop over across the road to the restaurant, get something delish for dinner, and you guys will be there obviously to see it, and then we're gonna come back and call it a night. Okay, let's go to the restaurant. Okay, back from day one. Let me put this like this. And we just had an amazing program, lots of superb speakers. So now back in I'm actually gonna go up with you guys, back in the accommodation, and we are going to go over to have
dinner. So we have been invited to go over for dinner by the minister. So everyone is sort of just prepping. Oh, it's dark here. I hope you guys can still see me. But we've just been advised to just freshen up. The dress code is casual, so I did want to change into something a little bit more comfortable. I'm just gonna turn these lights on here. There we go. Before we go out, so I did want to do that, but now apparently they're like 5 minutes. So I don't think I'll be able to do too much for the dinner. I did want to like actually change, put on something cash and look nice. But I guess we're not going to have an opportunity to do that anymore. Let's see what we can find. I was thinking jeans, and I was like, yeah, I think that should be enough. And it's going to get chillier, so that's the other thing. I was like, it's going to get chillier, so maybe I really do want to consider putting on something nice and warm. Let me look at this place. It's cute. Okay, so I'll see you guys just now at the dinner, and yeah, let's see how it goes. I'm excited. See you just now. Right. Me too. We hope there are no crocodiles. Oh wow.
And this is the thing is
Yes.
I know it was I think they were freshening up.
There's someone here.
There is? Yeah, there is someone.
I know it's the best temple.
No, I felt so I was
You are too much for me, honestly. I'm gonna miss you so much when I go back home.
We can make a plan.
We should. We seriously should. Good night, Susie. Oh yes, please, let's do that. Thank you. together. This is me today. Today is presentation day. So I'm off, going to have maybe some breakfast, definitely some water, definitely some coffee, and then get this party on the road. I'm so excited. I've been very nervous about my presentation, but I think I've gotten to a place where I feel okay. I've just been trying to make sure that the messaging lands and it's appropriate and all of the good things. But I think today, finally, I'm feeling ready. I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling prepared. I feel like we're going to be able to do this and not have to worry too much about the messaging and all sorts of other things. So yeah, let's do this. Let's see how it goes. I'm gonna just do my best. I think that's the most important thing. Just be me, do my best, and then just love up on these people. I was just thinking to myself, I think I'm the speaker who gets to have the most fun because I get to talk about unlearning and challenge people to shift their views, be creative and innovative. So in my head, that's probably the work that's the most fun, that I think a lot of people would be keen to trade places with me for that. So let's see, I hope they're open here now. It looks closed, let's see. Okay, I'll see you guys just now. Let's see. So this is the conference center at the hotel where I'm staying, and very, very cute place. Okay, so this is me prepping. Just in early, this venue, oh my gosh, the way they've set it up for us, oh my gosh, guys, it is beautiful. Just trying to think of where I was sitting yesterday. Here, I'm a creature of habits. The little habits, I don't worry about changing too much, but the bigger ones, I try to change every now and again. But yeah, this is where I was sitting yesterday. This place, just look at this, just have a look. Like, I don't make this stuff up, guys. Okay, that's the end of day 2. Now going back to the room. That was an absolutely amazing session. Really good end to day 2 of our program. And then tonight we are invited to another amazing dinner at the Hilton Hotel. So we're going to be doing that a little bit later. I'm going to go freshen up. We've got a nice hour between now and then, and I will see you guys there. Okay, so maybe to give just a little bit of context, sorry about my hand there, give a little bit of context in terms of how everything was. Spectacular. The conversations around leadership, the future IPO was just beyond incredible. I think the energy that we had in day 2 was a true practical, how do we implement on the ground? How do we take this beyond just this conference and turn it into lasting change? Okay, turn it into, sorry about those lights. Turn it into lasting change in our organization. So found it in our IP offices, and in our estates. Found that to be insanely valuable. And I think the reception was nothing short of exactly that. Like, everyone was so eager to go out and implement, especially because of some of the conversations around leadership that we had. We had some fantastic conversations about leading some of these exciting changes that we want to see, especially moving the IP office or the IP agenda from an almost registration-based office or division into a more commercialized, a more strategic, a more innovation-focused part of our states, or also part of regulatory frameworks and this type of conversation. So it was amazing. My heart is so full around today's conversations and what we achieved. Looking forward to doing a lot more work with ARIPO and WIPO as well, around just helping not just African states, but also even supporting the world in order to change how we view. So there's the awareness leg of international property, but then there's also the leg of not just raising awareness, but also the part of how to change the way we actually implement on the ground, to change the way we position IP in terms of the procedures, the structures, the protocol that we follow, and the agenda of intellectual property, especially as it comes to regulation. Because what has been happening a lot of the time is that governments find themselves almost trailing behind the progress that is being made, especially in a digital, virtual front. I mean, we had a little bit of a conversation around NFTs as well, which I found was really exciting too. But I think that has been the trend for a very long time. It's the exact same thing we see in so many different industries, where governments just find themselves picking up the pieces of innovation along the way as we sort of progress and move forward. And the conversation today was, how do we stay ahead of the curve as leaders? How do we lead the innovation conversation? How do we create the agenda rather than respond to it consistently? But also, how do we track and how do we plan for deep disruption, especially around leadership? So yeah, it was amazing for me as a business leader who's also growing and learning to understand how I manage my own. Sorry, that's very distracting, this light back here. I'm sure you're going, Zane, close the door. How I manage my own intellectual property. How do I regulate that? How do I build a team around the work that I do that is so unique and almost very IP centric? So yeah, just so excited. I think if you are not a part of this conversation, if you're not aware, I think definitely reach out to the intellectual property body or office in your area, in your country. Really support this work, but also be a part of shifting the narrative around how we manage IP and how we also learn about what it means. And they were making a joke about registering a trademark as a joke around how unaware so many of our societies still are about the agenda around IP, what it is all about and what it actually means. But even something as small, and not even small, I think using the word small is a gross assumption. Even the conversation around jargon, terminology is still a big conversation to be had. So I'm so excited. I posted on LinkedIn and Instagram today the conversation about how being the youngest speaker at, this HIPOC conference today or just this whole week, has taught me that it's a beautiful place to be young, but also it can be potentially dangerous, because I am very self-aware. I like to think I'm very self-aware. So I understand that sometimes being young means you come in with this unconscious incompetence, but you have this eagerness to act consistently, but also to act rapidly. So you miss an opportunity to apply a very deep, extensive wisdom to your action. So you almost want to think deeply but act quickly, and in youth you tend to have that beautiful trajectory of thinking or acting quickly rather than that in-depth thinking. So in that post I was mentioning that, and how I'm so excited as I grow as an individual. I mean, now 28, looking forward to just doing more of this work and learning. The fact that I get to attend all of these conferences means I'm always listening to some of the leading edge conversations in a range of different industries that I work in. So I have no excuse not to have a beautiful breadth of knowledge, besides the fact that obviously I have to have an understanding around these industries coming in so that I can support my clients in the best way possible. But further attending and engaging with my clients means that I'm getting an even deeper understanding of how they work, what some of their challenges are, where they look to go, and how they're getting there. So just really looking forward to it. And I think I want to say, just as I close this off before we have our special dinner that we've been invited to, is just to encourage you that wherever you are and whatever you're doing, just allow yourself to be open to learning and understanding that wherever you are, you can almost widen the scope of your insight and knowledge. Okay, all set. Just locked up, going down now. We're going for dinner. So I've got my mask because I'm trying to keep safe. But I'm gonna leave now. Let's do this. Okay, we're here. Let's go. Good morning, beautiful people. It's nice and early in the morning on a Friday. It's Friday. Yeah, it's Friday. It's Friday. And it's departure day. It's day for me to go home. So it's been amazing. It's been beyond amazing. I have had an amazing time in the Kingdom of Eswatini. And today I'm finally going back home, going to board, I think, the first flight out to Johannesburg, and then from Johannesburg to Durban. So that's me today. Been absolutely amazing. I will see you guys a little bit later when I board, and then we'll do a final, maybe just check in when I'm home. But otherwise, sending you hugs and kisses, and I will see you just now. finally through going to board now. I had my 150 ml body spray in there in my backpack, and I was like, oh my gosh. The guy was like, well, if you hurry up, maybe your flight hasn't left. I mean, maybe your bag hasn't left the check-in counter yet. So luckily it hasn't, because I love that spray. So I'm glad I was able to put that back in my bag and then come in. I think I freaked out when we were in the car, because I thought, oh my goodness, maybe I'm gonna miss my flight. And that's a bit traumatic. But this definitely a lot more chilled than what I'm used to. So yeah, hopefully we can have some breakfast.